Ruby Red Toys have been around for quite a while now. They've been making really well-respected collector dolls at a whole range of price points. For example, the very popular Leah in Motion girl. They've even produced some resin fully ball-jointed dolls. But one of the most popular brands, in fact, I would say their very most popular brand, is the Ruby Red Fashion Friends, as this is the most widely available and I guess aimed at the youngest audience of all of their products. This one here is Kaya, who is one of the baseline dolls. But what's really got me excited about Ruby Red Fashion Friends is that there are some amazing fantasy style dolls and a whole wide range of collector dolls that really have fantastic styling in a range of different genres. I got super excited when I noticed the Astrid Brave release, which was a partnership with Wixana's Dollhouse, and I do have her on the way. But it got me excited about their partnerships with Wixana's Dollhouse. Wixana's Dollhouse is a very popular customizer who sells customized dolls via their Etsy store. But they've also done several partnerships with Ruby Red, and their partnerships tend to focus on their preferred fantasy styling. And personally, I just love dolls with fantasy styling. I guess for me, a doll should encompass everything that I can't be and that I think is really cool. And so looking at fantasy and historical is just one of those things that really draws me into the doll world. So I found on eBay Drusilla, who is a previous partnership with Wixana's Dollhouse, and I really thought she is going to pair incredibly well with the brave Astrid who is coming. So I wanted to open her up and get a taste of what these dolls are like. The basic Ruby Red Fashion Friends dolls come in a very large window box, much larger in fact than I would have expected for a doll who rates as a 14-inch size. It has an open window front, a ribbon tie, and lots of artwork defining it. So I was very surprised to see the difference in size between this one and the shipper box that the limited editions come in. So obviously the limited editions have boxes that are specifically made for them. You can see how much bigger the standard box is looking at it side by side. You can also see that the limited edition one is really beautifully branded. It has the image of Drusilla on the front, and yeah, that has been put on with a sticker to customize it. It shows that it's in collaboration with Wixana's Dollhouse, which is really nice to have on the front. You can see what drew me to this doll by looking at the photo, because obviously she has that fantasy styling. She has, the sort of tattoo style makeup on, which is really uncommon to find in dolls that are released for standard sale. As I open this up, remember to be aware that I did not purchase this doll directly from Ruby Red. I did get her secondhand, so she probably wouldn't have come exactly presented like this. But of course, largely this is what we would have seen. So we have the limited edition card, the certificate of authenticity, showing she is number 108. I think there were 200 of this release. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. It has a really nice photo of her on the front of the card, which just highlights again the things that captured me about her. Underneath we have the doll herself. She is wearing her undies at the moment, but the outfit was in the pouch that I received. She's also got anti-slip wig band. Note that the Ruby Red dolls wear a wig. They don't have rooted hair. Personally, I do actually prefer rooted hair dolls, but I guess if you're really into customizing, then a wig is fantastic. Obviously, I've just pulled out Drusilla. I think this is largely how she would have come if I'd got her directly. So she's got plastic around her arms, around her feet. She's wearing panties and her neck is protected. Her face is just adorable.
It's always hard to really capture the enthusiasm the first time you see a doll, but the Ruby Red dolls have just a beautiful expression, and I am absolutely in awe of the fabulous styling with the gold makeup on this particular doll. I have mentioned a few times before, but seeing a doll with a smile is something that really grabs at me. It's relatively rare. Dolls tend to be, you know, sort of expressionless and haughty. And so when you see a smile, oh, it's just magical. And seeing it alongside, you know, the beautiful artwork that has gone into creating this doll's face really, really draws me in. I do wish that she came with the wig properly attached. It could be glued on when you first received her. It's just kind of annoying because it's going to, you know, slip on and off. I'm going to catch in her hair a bit. And I do absolutely love this wig. If we look at it up close, we can see that it has, you know, a little, some bangs at the front, and it has multi-tone black with brown mixed in, and we have these plaits put in there, giving her a kind of, I guess, a slightly Egyptian Cleopatra styling that obviously goes with this fantasy look. I felt when I saw her that, you know, she was kind of a harking to Game of Thrones styling as well. Obviously, we don't have, you know, the super white hair of Daenerys Targaryen, but otherwise I feel, you know, she kind of represents a little bit of that. Now, we do have elastic to the wig, so I think I am going to be able to put it on, but I would say it is a little bit challenging. I've put the wig on. I wouldn't honestly say that I've done the best job of it, and I think she is going to need that wig tape to hold it in place correctly. That does slightly annoy me, and as you can see, it's messed up the hair a little bit, but nonetheless, it looks really beautiful on her, and I am really delighted by the overall aesthetic of this doll so far. I also love her rich skin tone, which has a real sense of realism to it and almost a bit of a glow. Now, all of the Ruby Red fashion friends have the same body. Now, this is obviously, you know, a sort of, I guess, an in-between between a play doll and a collector doll with its level of jointing. She only has additional joints in her elbows and knees over, you know, a straight posed doll. I was interested to see that these joints are strung with elastic, which is relatively uncommon with with production dolls, and I guess, you know, that kind of harks to the fact that Ruby Red has done quite a few resin ball jointed dolls. So this is, I guess, it is in a base way a ball jointed doll with the elastic. What that does mean is that she has a pretty good range of motion. She won't necessarily hold all those poses, but she does bend more than a doll who has traditional jointing with that type of joint, and it's quite smooth and nice. The poses she holds, though, are pretty minimal. You would have to, you know, sort of jam something in to get her to pose more. I don't mind that. This level of jointing to me is fine, especially for someone who's not, you know, like a high fashion model that's going to put in these really out there poses. But at the same time, you know, it could be better. Nonetheless, it's pretty good. Now, moving on to the outfit. It came to me, yeah, just wrapped in tissue paper. I don't know exactly how it would have come when it was bought the first time. We can see that she's got this ornate headband with a nice gold trim around it. That's in a plastic pouch. She's got matching sandals, similar trim, similar make in faux leather. They look really nice. Oh, and I forgot to mention when I was talking about her before that she stands stably incredibly well, better than most other flat-footed dolls I have stood up. That might be because of the weight in her plastic. She actually is a really well-weighted and balanced doll. And again, I think that speaks highly for just the base materials in the Ruby Red line. Her outfit consists of a long ornate dress. It's got sequin styles, it's got chiffon overlay, it's really quite complex. It's got chain feature at the waist as well. It has detached sleeves, everything has the same gold trim, and that really ties this outfit together. So if you see, literally every item here features the gold colouring and that gold trim that we have. So in some way we can see it there. So even though we've got some different colours involved, that's really tying this outfit together. We've also got some earrings. They obviously don't have the trim, but again, gold plating, which really, yeah, again, is going to tie this together. And I think it's quite uncommon actually to find, you know, dolls, I guess, play style dolls. I really think this is a collector doll, but play style dolls and dolls of this age range who have earrings. And yet it's actually really common for girls of this age, you know, assuming we're talking about her being, say, 12 to 14, a lot of girls that age would have earrings. So I think that's a really nice feature. And I'm going to get these clothes on her. Seeing her all dressed up like this is genuinely a wow moment in doll collecting. I am just going to pan around a little bit, and I hope that, you know, on the video you can see how spectacular this full package of Drusilla is, just like I can. I am genuinely just, you know, she is breathtaking. I was going to say I'm breathtaking, but I think I was making up a word there. In terms of dressing her, there were some annoyances. If you have a look at the dress, the top of the dress, you'll see that she has a little chain around her neck, which features as part of the attachment. So that is like a built-in dress necklace, and it has a clasp at the other end behind her neck. That took me quite a long time to do up, I have to say. That said, it speaks for the quality that, you know, we have that real metal, we have those real findings. The dress also has Velcro at the back, which is slightly disappointing, but it was the only Velcro in the entire outfit. I'm not a huge fan of Velcro. It does catch on things, especially, you know, with these collector pieces, but nothing else had any Velcro. The sleevelets, they have a clip at the back, which I guess is a nice feature for ease of dressing, but I actually found they were easier to get on without. The sandals have zips at the back. They were super easy to get on. They just slid on and off. The zips did up really easily and they look fabulous. They're a great fit. And yeah, she is so good at standing solidly, this doll. The other thing that was really nice is that the earrings just slid straight into the holes. With a lot of fashion dolls, and I'm really used to, you know, piercing those holes myself with a pin or something similar now, but I was actually really pleased that I didn't have to do anything. They just went straight in. So she's wearing those earrings with no trouble. The headband, I'm not sure I love it on her hair. I might see if I can play around with it and try to get it under the plaits, but one thing it does do is it holds the wig on better. So right now the wig is pretty stable without that wig tape, and that is a good thing. But overall, I am just blown away by this outfit and the whole doll together. It's the makeup along with the hair, along with this spectacular outfit, just makes for an incredible package. I guess it is worth remembering these dolls are not cheap. They're not ghastly expensive either, but these, you know, special collector editions run at about $200, whereas the standard ruby red fashion friend is about $125. And look, even that, I guess if we're comparing it with a readily available shop bought doll, is probably going to sound like a lot, but these are collector dolls. They are not readily available shop bought dolls. And these ones like Drusilla are definitely made for the adult collector market rather than, you know, children's play. So I think that the price point is fair, especially when you take into account that the quality, honestly, is genuinely exceptional. I'm just loving the feel of everything about her. The hair has a beautiful touch to it as well. It feels slightly textured, and it is just, you know, lovely to hold. And the weight of this doll, like, you can't feel it as I pick her up, but she is quite heavy. She really is solid and makes me feel that I'm holding something that is going to last. Overall, I have to say I love this doll. I really, really love her, and I'm so excited to get hold of Astrid Brave and display these two together, and I'm really looking forward to opening her up. I like the way she comes packaged. I like her box. I think it is much nicer and has a greater collector feel than the basic Ruby Red Fashion Friend box, which is also much more likely to get damaged. And, you know, so I think that's nice. But what I really love about this doll is how she is presented. The attention to detail in all aspects of it really, you know, it really blows my mind. The base doll is nice, right? And the Ruby Red Fashion Friends, they're all got the same base doll. They're all nice. But the actual overall product, thanks to Wixana's Dollhouse and of course the collaboration with Ruby Red, is what makes this particular doll stand out. So really, honestly, as an adult collector, I would be saying absolutely go for the collector versions of the Ruby Red dolls. Because you are just going to get something that is genuinely really special. So it's the combo of her face along with the really, really detailed costume and the fabulous hair and wig that make this doll something that I am going to want to hold on to for a long time, if not forever. We will see. Whereas with Kaya, she is nice, but she's a doll that makes me feel like I want to change her clothes and redo her face and see what we can do. Whereas Drusilla, honestly, you know, this is, I guess maybe my one complaint is the posing capabilities. I was going to say she's a 10 out of 10 doll for me. Between the feel of the body and the overall presentation, I'm going to say she's a 9 out of 10 doll because I think that she could pose at the wrists as well, and her knees could bend a little bit better. But honestly, that is just about the only thing that I would say I would change in this doll. I hope you've enjoyed seeing Drusilla in person and learning a bit more about the Ruby Red Fashion Friends. Please leave a comment if you've enjoyed this and subscribe to my channel, and let me know if there are any upcoming dolls from Ruby Red or from anyone else, of course, who you would like to see me look at, or if there's anyone you'd like me to compare these dolls with.